to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Kia ora, welcome along. Sal's NBL action, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. And it is on like Donkey Kong, as they say at Nintendo, because the Sal's NBL have 7 teams with 4 competition points separating them. The Nuggets host the Airs, 2 teams on the cusp of making it into the 6. They're in the 6 now, but so many things can go so many other ways for these 2 teams, Casey Frank, that this game has incredible importance for both of them.
You're absolutely right. Every game is so crucial. Just ask the Airs, who are looking at a victory against the Southland Sharks a couple of nights ago with a 17-point halftime lead, and to watch it wash away and make their run to the finals just a wee bit more difficult as we take a look at the ladder.
Look at that ladder. The Tuatara and Franklin Bulls play after this game. I mean, that has huge implications. We've got the Nuggets and the Airs right now. The Saints are rolling. They won 4 in a row. It's 5 of their last 6. They monstered the Jets yesterday. The Tuatara are hanging on to that 2nd spot. The Nuggets need to win to stay in touch, to keep it going. The Rams are desperate. They may be out. Somebody has to miss out of the Bulls, the Hawks, and the Nuggets. I'm excited.
The Bulls, the Hawks, the Nuggets, the Rams just on the outside looking in as well. But that's not all the action we have upcoming today. Just mentioned the Bulls and Tuatara coming up after this. Then, of course, the action kicks off next week with the Nuggets hosting their southern neighbors in Dunedin for Wednesday night.
And given the way the Southland Sharks played on Friday night, it's not a gimme for the Otago Nuggets. That is for sure. Huge game for the Bulls and Airs next Friday night. In the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, the Stockyard in Pukekohe. And so the Sal's NBL continuing to amaze with huge games. This is the starting 5 for the Airs, coming off a disappointing loss against Southland on Friday night. And then going with the 3 imports, and Carlin Davison and Marcel Jones, the vet. And Trent Adam needs to make a few adjustments. We'll find out what he has to say right now about that.
Now, a tough loss to the Sharks on Friday night. What did you guys take out of that performance ahead of a crucial clash today with the Otago Nuggets?
We were disappointed with our rebounding effort. We felt we gave up a few too many offensive rebounds, so that really hurt us down the stretch. And we didn't execute as well as we'd like to in that 4th quarter. So they're 2 things that we've really sort of keyed in for today's game.
Cool. Now, both the Airs and the Nuggets can play at high speed. How important do you think controlling the tempo is going to be today?
Yeah, pace is something that we think we do well, so we've got to do that, but pace without a plan is reckless. So we've got to make sure that we've got a plan with what we're doing, and can we sort of get them a little bit sort of under pressure, and maybe they can't execute their plan as well as they'd like.
Awesome. Cheers, Trent. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Pace without a plan is reckless. Write it down, put it on a post-it, stick it on a wall. I love it.
I kind of like being on the plan, or on the pace without a plan. But taking a look at the starters for the Nuggets, led by Trey Boyd, who has been fantastic since they've been able to pick him up. Keith Williams on the wing, Todd Withers. When he is hot, this team is different. Josh Aitchison and Jack Andrew stepping in for Sam Timmons, finishing up his Tall Blacks duty at the Asia Cup.
Absolutely. Tough loss to Aussie in the semi-final of the Asia Cup. I'll go up against Jordan for a bronze medal for 3rd spot in the next 48 hours. But Brett Matahari, he has many more things to worry about. This Nuggets team was looking pretty good there in the first half of the season. Second half, with all sorts of roster movements, they need to string wins together to stay in that 6. And here's Coach Matahari right now.
Now, every game is crucial as the final 6 race heats up. With the Airs also contending, is this the biggest game of the season so far?
I think every game's a huge game. First and foremost, congratulations to the Hoiho. Great first up win, so really pleased to see them get off the mark and hope they continue on their work. But yeah, I mean, like, if you look at the league, like, there's tough games all over the place, and so I think everyone's crucial, and that's been the case all the way through the season.
Now, the Air packed plenty of punch with their 3 imports. How do you go about limiting the impact today?
Again, it's like last week, it's making sure we do our things well. If we score the ball well and we get after it on defence, then we take control of the game, I think. So that's key for us.
Cheers, Coach. All the best for today.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, big game. Casey, you wrote about all the implications about how and who and what it could look like in your Casey's Corner on the website, and statistically not a lot separates these two teams.
Yeah, look at it. Their pace is similar. They have the ball for about the same amount of time. The points in the paint similar. Of course, neither team with their big man up front, so that will affect who gets those in there. Shooting the ball very similar, and both sub 70 at the Resine stripe. So this equal seesaw battle with both teams missing some key performers. Which team is going to be able to dig deep, trust in their bench to find that depth that's going to be required to win this game?
Taranaki, I mean, they are dialed in for what has been a great run since they started the season, and they have been looking forward to getting into the postseason. They've been the story over the last few weeks, last few rounds of the NZNBL. Here are your referees for the game. Tip about to come off pretty soon, but they have the Bulls and Giants to play, and it was almost like a given that they were going to be in one of the top two spots, the way that they were playing. But you take out Richie Roger and you take out Ty Wynyard, you take out your playmaker and your centre, and you make that final six in Auckland just a little bit harder from Event Finder Stadium. You get your tickets on Monday, 8 a.m. from eventfinder.co.nz. That's Finder with an A. NZNBL action, the final six on the North Shore of Tamaki Makaurau, and that is presented by GJ Gardner Homes. And where you fall, the first two teams technically get a bye, because teams 3 to 6 will play off in a sort of qualifying semi-final to make the semis.
And the top seed is even more important than just the top two, because the top number 1 seed will always have a day of rest, while the team that they're playing will have played the night before. Even in the final, they'll have a bit more rest. So that number 1 seed is a huge advantage over everyone else. Nelson Giants have it in hand right now, but it is still anyone's game. Anybody with 8 wins or more can probably make a run at it.
And we're about to get this game underway. The Tuatara, they play next. They are in the 2nd spot on the ladder. It'll be too much for them to catch the Nelson Giants now, who sit on 24 points, but Tuatara play on 18 points against the Franklin Bulls, but they have been hanging around that 1-2 spot all season long. And they are just patiently waiting, like this young man here who'll run the ball out at Edgar Stadium.
Oh, he is waiting for the call up, ready to go. Somebody look at me, coach. Look at me, coach. Put me in. Time to do it, and he will present the game ball at this stage, and gets to walk out with the tall timber out in center court. Not as tall as some, though, with Davison doing the jump there.
Yeah, get that photo, Hudson.
Yeah, get out of the way, Javante Douglas. Come on, help us out. And next time, Carlin Davison, can we get a smile?
Young man Carlin Davison, looking forward to watching him play most games, all games for the Airs. This is a big game for both teams. Jack Andrew in the middle to jump it up, and will be. And the Nuggets with the ball to start the game. Edgar Centre. This is the 2nd game of a double header at the Edgar Centre. I just saw the Tauihi game, and the Hoiho get their first win of the season.
And to me, this game's all about aggressiveness. Which other team comes aggressive early and keeps that mindset throughout is going to get the win. The shots will come and go, but you got to be on the rim consistently.
Here comes Sean Willett, usually on the bench. Getting the start again today. Here comes Keith Williams. It's Boyd.
Ball in the hands of Trey Boyd. Fantastic point guard with his ability to score and facilitate. A natural lefty with a bit of a cheat code there.
Keith Williams can't get that roll. Good defense from Carlin Davison.
That ball's halfway down, doesn't find the bottom.
Here he is. Carlin Davison catches the body of Aitchison.
And Josh Aitchison gives him a little bump afterwards. Davison gives him a bump back, but the most important bump was the smash in traffic right on the head of Josh Aitchison. Carlin Davison in transition. He can be a handful, to say the least.
Here's Boyd with that left hand. That's good.
And Javante Douglas staying out of foul trouble. The give and go successful there. Boyd showing the quickness after releasing it.
Trent Adam coaching up a storm on the sideline. Here's Javonte Douglas. And that is a tough shot over Jack Andrew. Good defense. Here comes Boyd with the ball. A little look away. And Keith Williams can't get that to go. Javonte Douglas, a rebounding machine. And Marcel Jones hanging around at the other end.
Marcel Jones, as a younger player, would have been on the other side of half court. But as he gets a little bit older, he tends to save the energy here and there, and rewarded for the heads-up play with that nice outlet pass by Javonte Douglas.
Big shift for Marcel Jones on Friday night as Jack Andrew can't get that to go. Marcel Jones carrying the load a little bit. 30 minutes. Hilliard misses that. And he has been on fire from deep, but it's sort of left him. Javonte Douglas, though, three-point shot has not left him. He leaves it hanging. But Hilliard, tough night shooting the ball in Southland.
Yeah, didn't have his best night shooting the basketball. He's going to be able to bounce back from it because he is such a gifted scorer. As the Airs are doing a better job on the glass, taking the heed to what Coach Trent Adams said. Lovely move by Javonte Douglas in transition with the layup.
That is pretty basketball.
You spoke about the tough night shooting for Anthony Hilliard. Just 2 of 10 from inside the arc. Solid from outside of it, 6 for 14, but not what you'd expect from him a couple nights ago.
Boyd with the shot.
And that kind of space on the perimeter, he is going to knock that down. You have to go over screens and really pressure him when he's the ball handler.
Here's Willett on the drive. Hanging, puts it in. The strength of the man, Sean Willett with the flex.
Keep that flex down. Those muscles are big. He can poke somebody's eye out. Strong move, strong finish, and Taranaki in control.
Keith Williams. Withers to Boyd. Boyd misses that. Haven't seen a lot of Keith Williams touching the ball so far in this first 3 minutes and change. There's Willett. And I think we just got a little bit of a Todd Withers face poke there. One in the eye from Sean Willett, perhaps.
Neither team can afford any type of injury to its players. And there we see,
excuse me, it's Hilliard.
The Hilliard drive.
Might got an elbow in the eye socket.
Yeah, I think that was an elbow. Some guy sharpened him, though. Chris Anstey, he was the guy who sharpened his elbows for sure.
Oh, he was a tough player. Turnover, Williams. On the reverse, too strong.
Well, Bardsley probably would have been better served to go strong on the same side. Great pass to find Hilliard in transition.
And Javonte Douglas, I mean, the recognition there that Hilliard is one of the best three-point shooters in the game. Javonte Douglas is just happy to facilitate and rebound. He'll get his, don't worry about that.
He's already at 5 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist in this one.
Tough shot from Keith Williams.
Strong move. Keith Williams, he's going to have to step up on both ends. His physicality and scoring is going to be required as the Nuggets are lacking a bit of their depth.
Oh, that is a tough drive and one. Sean Willett, excuse me, Hilliard, give him the flex.
Everybody's flexing. It's confusing you. There's too many muscles out there. Anthony Hilliard with the drive. And this is a huge start early for the Taranaki. They have absolutely come out the gates with aggression. This is what they were missing in the second half against the Sharks when they came back from a huge lead. Doing it early. The question for the Taranaki Airs will be, can they maintain it for 40?
Absolutely. But two things about Southland in that game. A, the Nuggets don't have Romaro Gill, a 7-footer. And B, the Nuggets aren't really employing much of a zone at the moment.
That's true. That zone is what gave the Airs the problem. And without that shot blocker at the rim, it's going to have to be Withers, possibly Jack Andrew for the Nuggets. But if there's not a shot blocker there, the Airs are going to take opportunity after opportunity to the cup.
Bardsley harassed. Withers missed all of it.
Todd Withers, he's the real bellwether for this Nuggets squad. In particular, how he shoots from 3. When he's able to shoot around 40% or more, the Nuggets are more likely to win. If he's getting up a ton of shots, but unable to find the bottom of the net. That changes everything about the Otago offense. Really closes down driving lanes, and it was rebounding opportunities for others.
So Trent Adam and the Airs out to a quick 10-point lead with just over a tick over 5 gone in this first quarter. Shout out to the Tall Blacks. Got the job done to make it to the semi-final. Fell short against Australia once again in the Asia Cup semi-finals.
It was a fantastic effort, though, and did that damage early, really, when they lost a surprise game to Lebanon. That put them in position for the crossover in the semis, so they couldn't meet Australia in the final. And that's a strong Aussie team, a developing team, much like this Tall Blacks team we sent over, but somehow their developing teams have NBA experience on it.
Yeah, they have the luxury of just having multiple options. But also New Zealand basketball, it has been a tough few years, obviously through the pandemic, but also just getting consistency and availability. So many clashes with schedules. The team went to Australia having to play in a FIBA window, and a lot of debuts were made that night. And then Pedro Cameron and the Tall Blacks, New Zealand basketball, have done a great job of, I won't say cobbling together, nor scraping is the right word, but calling on players unproven at the international level who have stepped up for New Zealand basketball over the last few months. It has been tremendous to watch. Also for the women's game as well, with the 3x3 going on. World Cup, Asia Cup, Commonwealth game starts Friday night. Live and exclusive on Sky Sport, free to air on Prime, and a foul on Keith Williams up high.
Not pleased with that. His activity and effort was superb on that play, and that's what the Nuggets need to do. The Airs were pretty comfortable in that first 5 minutes of this quarter, but you see how different the offense operates when there's a bit of activity around as Javonte Douglas dribbles it off his foot.
Also, just going back to the Tall Blacks, great to see like a player of the quality of Flynn Cameron, Pedro Cameron's son. Flynn can fly, that is for sure. And he weren't known as an aerial guy, Pedro Cameron, but Casey, you remind us of what he was like at Flynn's age.
I hear a lot of people saying, oh, he's got a different physique than PC has, but PC looked pretty similar as a young fella. And when he was, before he got a little older, he was quite the athlete himself.
That's an athletic finish there from Keith Williams, frustrated with the foul earlier.
Good job driving to the rim, not settling for jump shots. Need to keep that attack strong.
Didn't see a lot of Aaron Bailey-Noel in the game on Friday night, but he's in there, the veteran. He is a great voice for the Airs, and he's called for the foul. And that's what Aaron Bailey-Noel will do. Auntie will mix it up with screens and rebounding.
Yeah, actually not sure if he was available the other night. I think he might have succumbed to I'm not sure why he wasn't available. But
they only did have 4 on the bench, you're right, Casey.
So, and that really affected them, especially, I think, Marcel Jones. He had to play upwards of 34 minutes. And at this stage in his career, that just becomes a little bit more difficult, especially on the defensive end. But having Auntie out there really changes things in that depth department.
Here's Boyd. Left hand floater, that's nice. Kills that up and in.
Excellent understanding of the space he had for that finish, using that little flip at the right time.
Oh, Anthony Hilliard. Put him in the spin cycle and finishes with the right.
Oh my goodness, look at that athleticism. Anthony Hilliard, 36. That is a fresh leaping move there.
26 more like it, my goodness.
36 points is coming, that's what I think.
Keith Williams with a tough finish. Wow, this game is on fire at the moment.
Back and forth we go. This is going to be a scoring machine.
Williams couldn't regather that off the Willett turnover.
And Sean Willett is a powerful player, but at times can get a little careless with the basketball in hand.
And we'll go to the Nuggets. And so already this game is looking like it is going to be exciting in this first quarter to go by.
They are going to put up some points. Is the feeling right now.
Williams. Here's Boyd. Plenty of time on the shot clock. He dances with it. And then it's going to go back to the Nuggets off Willett's hand.
Matt Bardsley, his hustle. He's been all over the court. Hasn't always worked out for him, but that work rate is superb. He didn't get any statistical credit for that play there, but that possession is all him because of what he was getting done. And now the Airs come back into a little bit of a zone.
Not a lot of movement from the Nuggets, but it's good weak side rebounding from Jack Andrew Boyd. And it's Williams who can't get the putback. And it's Auntie with the rebound.
Wow, I thought there was a bit of a contact by Willett, but not rewarded. A 3 offensive rebound possession.
Javonte Douglas in the corner. Bardsley has it, gives it back out. It's going to be Boyd who'll bring it over half court. Is Boyd driving, dropping it off. Oh, that's an athletic move. And
he's gone down hard.
he has gone down hard as Matt Bardsley.
Oh, I think, what's he grabbing there? This is not good for the Nuggets. Already shorthanded. And
Might have done a knee here.
Matt Bardsley is an emotional fulcrum for this squad. He's taking a deep breath.
He is wincing. Oh, he's struggling to get up. Oh, no.
Right.
There's no pressure going on that left leg.
Oh, this is bad. That's so unfortunate.
It is tough for Matt Bardsley. Gets a nice hand from the Edgar Center crowd.
He knows instantly. I wonder, is that a knee? Is that an ankle? Walking on it gingerly now with a bit of support, but as is pretty obvious from the pictures, unlikely to see him again in this one. Darcy Knox comes in to shoot the attempts from the Razine. Gets 1 of 2.
Bardsley has left the game, so Knox in for Coach Brett Matahari. And the Nuggets cut it to 5.
And here is the Nuggets zone that the Airs struggled with mightily a couple of nights ago.
It's Davison on the baseline. Tried to give it up. Jack Andrew has it. Here's Boyd dancing. No finish. Jack Andrew again crashing the glass and keeping a possession for the Nuggets.
Looked like Jack Andrew came in and hit it off his hands, but that is not the call from the officiating crew. The hustle of Jack Andrew rewarded. And the Otago Nuggets, despite being down 5, they're the aggressors right now. They're the team creating the better opportunities on both ends. They just haven't been able to take advantage of the looks.
Withers for 3 off the Boyd setup. Ball squirts up the baseline. It's Knox who tried to get it.
That would have been their 6th offensive rebound if they would have been able to get it.
Well, they're crashing the glass like they're in the hunt for the 6, aren't they?
They are.
And they know that the chasing pack and those around them want their spot.
It's a dogfight. Every team is in it. You know, the Airs coming into the week had a bit of an advantage, but that is gone.
Great look. Nice basketball, and Javonte Douglas punches one down.
Textbook attack of the zone on the high-low. Hit that short corner, have the high post, cut down the middle. Perfectly delivered pass by Marcel Jones to set up the Javonte Douglas smash.
3 ball. That's good from Bardsley. Excuse me. From Aitchison.
Josh Aitchison comes over, hasn't shot the ball as well as he can from deep, but hits a big one there to cut it to 4.
Be a miraculous recovery from Matt Bardsley. There's Marcel Jones. A tough fall away over Jack Andrew.
Oh, great pressure there by Telfer. He didn't touch it.
Scott Telfer.
They just, neither of the officials had the angle on that one, unfortunately, for Scott Telfer. Forced a turnover, but it will stay with the Nuggets after that beautiful fadeaway by Marcel Jones.
Boyd, step back. Rebound by Hilliard is big. Nice look from Marcel Jones, but good hands from Knox.
And excellent patience on the catch by Jones. Doesn't hurry. You know, a veteran player, he knows what's going. Sets a good screen. Both defenders go there. The delivery right. He doesn't get rushed there when Williams comes over. Little pass fake, strong power dribble. He knows he's got the size advantage down there if Knox is going to cover him. Doesn't get to the bucket, but he does earn himself a trip to the Racine, which, as we saw from the pregame, is not one of the strengths of the Airs.
Yeah, Marcel Jones has been below what he is used to being in this league. He is a proven performer. A luxury to have him as a role player this season, but they're calling on him to step up in the absence of Ty Wynyard.
Mentioned the Racine not being a strength of the Airs. They were 9 for 20 against the Sharks. And 11 misses in a game that they lost by 7 points.
That'll do it.
That will do it. But 2 big makes there to get him off on the right foot.
Knox with 5 to shoot. An air ball. And that'll do us for the first quarter. A little bit of a ragged finish to it all, but it will be the Airs, and we'll head to quarter time, up 8 at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin, 25-17. Score is 25-17 at the Edgar Centre. And Haidemai, welcome back to Sal's NBL action. Proudly presented by GJ Gardner-Holmes. Taranaki Airs looking like they're in a bit of cruise control at the moment.
Cruising offensively, most definitely. 10 for 14 from the field. That's 8 for 11 from 2 and 2 for 3 from deep. Haven't missed from the Racine as well. The only blemish, 4 turnovers, a little bit sloppy with the basketball. But when they're getting looks at it, it has been near unstoppable.
This is team number 3 with the lead over team number 5 in the standings. Willett gives it to Jones. Likes this matchup, but it's slapped away. And Davison just thought about things a little bit too quickly to get the handle on it.
Yeah, just 2 seconds on the shot clock left if he would have been able to corral that. He does not, and that is turnover number 5 for the Airs now, and that is looking like their Achilles heel this evening.
Jack Andrew, given the room, will shoot. Jones with the rebound. Douglas goes down.
Could be a wet spot where he went to, see if that affects this play.
Douglas stepping through. Tough defense from Jack Andrew.
He's been pretty mobile with Javonte Douglas on the dribble. Much more mobile than I really knew he had credit for. And look at that, running the lane and getting rewarded for it with the smash.
Jack Andrew knocking it down big time. No Sam Timmins, no Nico McCulloch.
Sean Willett can't find the range on that one, and just a little too quick with the choices offensively are the Airs right now as Trey Boyd's counterattack comes back with speed. And Trey Boyd letting him know that he does not think anyone can guard him.
He went straight at Hayes Walker.
Trey Boyd, 7 points, 2 rebounds and an assist up to this point. Just 3 for 8 from the field. Be good to get into the stripe where the only attempts for the Nuggets in that first quarter were earned by Matt Bardsley before he went off with injury. You do see Matt Bardsley back on the bench, on the end of the bench there, so that is a good sign. But have not gotten word yet on the likeliness of his return, but doubtful for now.
Good on both. 25-21. Hilliard on the baseline with a bounce pass feed.
Just instant shot. If he's got any space to put up a jump shot, that quick release makes it extremely difficult for late defense to challenge.
Clock winding down. Boyd gets him in the air. Davison with the rebound. Hilliard dropping it off to Willett. Willett stuffed. Aitchison and Andrew were there.
Yeah, Todd Withers as well, but Willett gets it right back.
And he's fouled, and it goes down. Joe Ahey with the foul.
Well, there we see
Darcy
it.
Knox, rather sorry case.
Knox loses the basketball and then loses the battle for this ball as Sean Willett uses those flexing powers on ripping the basketball out of Knox's hands.
Poor Darcy Knox.
that was a tough play there.
Yeah, turnover in the backcourt and then having to commit the foul on the N1.
Well, just look at the physique of Sean Willett. That is not a guy you want to see dribbling the ball up. Really aggressive defending you.
Williams. Taranaki's lead is 9. Boyd firing it too hard off Jack Andrews' hand.
That was a beautiful look, though. Just well delivered. The problem always for the guards is throwing it to the bigs. You got to give them those soft passes. They're good at finishing, but not always the best at catching, especially when they're not quite expecting the no look. But I still blame Jack Andrew for that. That was
Aaron Bailey-Knoll, vintage foul.
That was like a kung fu kick screen. It was really trying to extend there. And even he's got to have a little bit of a giggle about it as he tried to get wide with his base.
Williams, oh, great cut. And then it's Knoll with the foul. That's number 3. Great cut, great look.
That is a quick 3 and a quick 2 in succession there for Aaron Bailey-Knoll. We see the lack of communication by the Airs on the weak side there. As these 2 defenders go with Trey Boyd. And allowing Big Coleman to cut to the cup, and he'll be at the Resine when we come out of this timeout. The Airs have done a nice job in this game of never really letting 3 or 4 possessions go by without being aggressive on the rim. I think the other night in Southland, they got a little complacent, in particular in that second half, coming into it with that 17-point lead, and weren't able to string together multiple possessions like that. Just had the air completely taken out of the ball by the Sharks. Otago hasn't really been able to do that with their work on the zone just yet, but We're still in the second quarter. It's going to be a war of attrition. It's whoever's left down the stretch with both teams a little bit short on bodies. The air is going to be a bit more fatigued, having come off a game a few nights ago. But right now they are in the catbird seat, 9-point lead, playing really solid offensively as long as they don't turn over the ball.
Well, the Airs with this 9-point lead. Looking like they're just playing with their foot a little bit in this one. Nuggets don't want to drop any games from here, and they want to protect home floor. That is for sure, because the pack is coming.
Coleman hitting the first from the Wazine, cutting it to 8. But the key for me is how are the Airs going to attack coming out of this timeout if they can get a rebound?
Oh, that's just unlucky for the Airs. Good hustle from the Nuggets.
Todd Withers, his work rate stays high, and then a beautifully made shot by Trey Boyd with a floater from the free throw stripe.
Sean Willett dancing with it, and Boyd just steps in, takes it away. 3 Airs chasing him, and then he's to the cup and easy with the left.
Trey Boyd is single-handedly putting the Nuggets on his back. The Airs not moving the ball around enough.
Oh my goodness. Sean Willett forcing the referees to do something they don't. Boyd pulls up in transition, knocks down a triple.
We got ourselves a ball game here as the Nuggets are right back in it. Trey Boyd leading the way.
14 points for Boyd.
On 5 for 11 shooting. And 2 for 5 from deep.
Telfer on the baseline. Nice work.
Good job of just maintaining possession by catching that slightly off-target pass, but then the strength inside by finding the body of Williams before he made the layup.
Robbie Coleman misses that. It's tipped around and it falls to the Nuggets.
Smashing the offensive glass. Number 6 there.
Williams is fouled. He'll go to the line, will he, to shoot 2?
And the Airs a little bit caught up in the officiating right now. They need to worry about their work rate and their execution on offense. Have to get that ball moving through hands, be more fluid offensively, not just let the ball sit in one place, which allows the defense to just sit in one place and wait for the drive. Got to get that ball moving side to side. That's what the Nuggets are doing now. They're being active, they're being agile, and because of it, they fought their way back into the game.
The Nuggets slowly creeping up. Now they're just 1 behind. 5:53 to go in this second quarter. Plenty of time in this first half of basketball. And Hilliard just breaking up that zone beautifully.
The high post catch is so key. You gotta beat the zone with penetration of the pass, not the dribble. Withers unable to get that block there.
Oh, Javonte Douglas. Jack Andrew thought he had him with the fake, and on the way down, he slaps it out of his hands.
Well, he did get him with the fake. A good roll, a nicely delivered pass, but Javonte Douglas so active with those quick hands, taking away a short 2.
And so with a 3, that is a brick.
And Todd Withers hasn't been able to find the net yet. 0 for 3. All his shots from deep.
Colin Davison fires it into the corner at Telfer. It goes out and stay with Taranaki. He's a little frustrated with the non-call at midcourt.
It feels like in the latter part of the season here, the officiating has changed a bit. They're letting contact go, and most of the players across the league are struggling with the adjustment.
An offensive foul. Todd Withers comes away touching at his hip.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an acting job by Todd Withers there. Anthony Hilliard, strong player, but I don't think he's going to be able to injure Withers, setting a rub screen with his back. The contact was there, but it looked like a solid screen, but that'll be the 4th foul on the Airs. Free throws for the Nuggets from here on out on every foul.
Boyd a deep 3. Again, the offensive glass is a real asset to the Nuggets in this first half.
Offensive rebound number 7.
Boyd contested 3, that's nothing but net.
19 points for Trey Boyd, filling it up. Send a double his way. He is the only answer.
Can't answer from the other end.
Well, just rushed. Taranaki creates great shots when they pass the ball around 3-4 times, hit that high post, hit that low post, but every time they try and get a little quick with it, they don't show their patience, the offense suffers.
He's feeling it. Heat check.
5-on-4 break opportunity with Withers on the floor. The Airs don't recognize it.
Taufa going at Knox.
Second team foul. And just Darcy Knox's second personal as well. 19 for Trey Boyd, 7 for 14 from the field. He is feeling good and looking good. Scoring comes pretty easily. Averaging 22.5 on the season with 4.8 rebounds and 4.2 assists, but he is going to vastly surpass that average today.
Both teams missing influential guards and bigs due to national duties. So this is just this is the battle of 3s and 4s, it feels like. But at the moment, it's the one and Boyd, the point guard, who's getting it done.
Love that triple team, though. Everybody came in and got a hand on, but when he picked the ball up, they left. They had to stay. The dribble was still live. They can't leave Javonte Douglas in a one-on-one battle from 3 feet with Trey Boyd. He's going to win that physical altercation. And yeah, national team duty for Timmons, for Ty Wynyard, for Richie Roger. Nico McCulloch missed out on the Com Games team due to illness, so Richie Rogers actually replaces him. And that was a surprise to the Airs, who did not expect him to be gone for this 2-week stretch.
Boyd left it behind. Douglas takes it. Got Hilliard to his right. Oh, strength of Javonte Douglas.
God. Joe Ahi there was trying to defend without fouling, but in that position, you're going to get called for a foul. You're on his hip, you're on his side, you're not in front. So the key is to foul without letting him get the bucket. He doesn't do it. And Javonte Douglas finds the score sheet again. His activity in transition has been really solid. 11 points for him now to go along with 3 rebounds, joining Anthony Hilliard in double digits. And a good timeout here from Brett Matahare, I think, to just discuss what they're doing offensively. Trey Boyd's taking it into his hands, but they need a little bit more movement around that. It can't just be toss it to him and go to work. There has to be cutters, there has to be screening to get that point. And a lot of the same lessons, I think, for the Airs. They can't be complacent offensively. They certainly can't be stagnant. You have to move against the zone. And they could probably create a few more offensive rebounding opportunities as well. Just 1 offensive rebound up to this point on the stat sheet. They're losing a big battle in that department to the Nuggets, who already have 7-0 boards.
Well, that man there, Trey Boyd, has had his way in this first half. 3:52 to go in the second quarter.
19 for him. Next leading scorer on the Nuggets, Keith Williams, with 8. And no one on the squad with more than 3 behind him. As Douglas completes the 3-point play from the Razine. Up to 12. Him and Hilliard both.
Boyd looking at the reverse and Willett had done just about everything right until Boyd got caught in no man's land and really just tried to throw up the reverse prayer.
Yeah, that little flick of the wrist and that outstretched arm is what created that contact with Willett, because of that really quick first step from Trey Boyd. And the defender's trying to sag off from the strong corner, but that help's got to come from the weak side. If it comes from the strong corner, you're leaving it wide open shooters. Trey Boyd looking for points 20 and 21 here in the first half.
Good from the Rosine on the first. Trey Boyd answered the call after Taj McCall jetted off to Summer League.
Had that Summer League call-up. Taj McCall got off to a great start for the Nuggets, but his production was waning, so all in all, a pretty good trade for the Nuggets. Boyd has been stellar since his debut.
It's been a long season for Taj McCall because Colin Davison is just, it's like you've dropped a packet of udon noodles because he was just flailing everywhere. And he is so bandy and so athletic that he just bounces right back up.
Yeah, it's the glory of youth. Still in his teens, the young fella.
Yeah, Taj McCall had a long season with the Cairns Taipans in the Aussie NBL. And it's now going to be the look away that's picked off. Willett pushing it. Javonte Douglas has it. He left it behind. Who's got it? Marcel Jones. Who's it going to come off? It's going to come off Boyd.
What an interesting possession that was. Javonte Douglas just can't find the handle. No one seems to want it, and it dribbles off the leg of a Nugget. Missed a lob there to Davison.
That's a tough foul.
Count it.
The continuation.
The NBA continuation comes into play. Keith Williams is laughing about it. Trey Boyd saying, well, as long as I get that call on the other end.
Keith Williams at the bottom of his screen is like, what?
What a heads-up play by Javonte Douglas, though. He wasn't looking to score that. He was dribbling in to pass, but he heard the whistle, and he gets the shot up. Because that's what you do. Once that whistle goes, might as well try and get one in. He sneaks a cheap 2 and possibly a cheap 3.
Good on the make.
Well,
on the N1.
We spoke about the Airs, a lack of proficiency from the Rosine in their last trip out. Tonight, 8 for 8. So much improved in that department, hence the 6-point lead.
Withers, excuse me. It's Williams faced up on Carlin Davison and banks in on the acute angle. That is a tough shot. He'll go to the Rosine to shoot an N1.
Well, showing his strength in the post. Shedding off Davison here with, look at this elbow to the chest, just pushes him back, gets him in the spot, the double comes. But Davison just leaning too much, has to be upright when you come in and contest that. That left hand lean, any kind of contact's gonna be a whistle. Williams feels it, sees it, takes it, and hits double digits with a chance to move to 11 on the make here. And the Nuggets staying within touch distance.
Baseline drive. Willett tried to smash it down. Stays with Taranaki. From the Rosine. Almost a bank. And whose foot did that come off? Came off Withers' foot, so it'll stay with the ears.
Yeah, it looked like Javonte Douglas was a bit surprised to be that open there. Sean Willett, powerful drive. But he has not been getting the benefit of the doubt with the contact he gets while airborne.
Douglas free in the key, but Boyd slaps the ball away and his arm.
That's going to be the second personal on Trey Boyd, both on mismatches that he's been mismatched up on Douglas underneath. That is certainly a matchup they want to stay away from. But Douglas, good activity, nice cut, the nice find. The foul does take away a short 2 points, but he has been good from the Rosine this evening. And it continues to find for him from the stripe there.
Makes a second as well, back to a 5-point lead. Jack Andrew coming up on 2 minutes to go. Poked away by Marcel Jones. It'll stay with the Nuggets. And the pace of the game slowed up somewhat here. Probably got a fair whack of time left on the shot clock, around about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think the starting contingent for either squad is super intent on wasting energy.
Down to 5. 3 ball. Oh, that is good from Josh Aitchison.
Hitting his second triple of the ball game, and it's all because of the attention that Trey Boyd is finding.
Hilliard. Oh, Carlin Davison is fouled.
Todd Withers trying for the block. Instead picks up his first personal. Well timed there. Anthony Hilliard can't find the stroke from deep, but here, look at that offensive rebound, just sheds. Aitchison gets up, but that looks pretty clean high. Todd Withers frustrated, but it'll be Davison at the line.
Well, Carlin Davison, just 18 years of age, from Taranaki High. We talked about this on Friday night. Here's some gifts, some physical gifts. It's Carlin Davison. Looking forward to seeing the maturation of his game.
That was the first miss from the stripe tonight for the Airs. 10 for 11 now.
Williams felt the bump, put it up. And he goes down a little gimpy on maybe an ankle, but he's okay.
And he has really been active in attacking Carlin Davison off the dribble in that matchup. Who picks up foul number 2. Heading back to the stripe now, and man, has the pace of this game slowed down.
Hasn't it?
We were free-flowing, and now it is more of a parade to the stripe the last few minutes.
It certainly has been.
The Nuggets now 11 for 13 from the line themselves. Well, that'll stay Taranaki ball, but they will have limited time to get the ball across half court.
It came off the foot of Aitchison, and I think Javonte Douglas breathing a sigh of relief on that one.
A timeout called to discuss this one because with the time remaining, they're going to have to get it across half court on the initial pass.
Nuggets down just 2. 5th on the ladder is our 3rd. Coming up after this game from Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. Pukekohe is the Tuatara, the number 2 team in the league, up against the Franklin Bulls, who are currently sitting in 7th spot, just outside that top 6, the final 6. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on eventfinder.co.nz. And get your tickets because it's at Event Finder Stadium. If you're in the region, in the area, in the North Shore of Taranaki and Makaurau.
I feel like there's plenty of fan bases that are stoked to get those tickets, but still a little bit unsure as to whether or not their squads will be there. Because everyone is in the mix right now, teams 1 to 8. Just 2 teams haven't been eliminated from finals contention, the Southland Sharks and the Manawatu Jets. Still's playing the role of spoiler. Tough news out of the Jets camp this week with the loss of Zayn Najdawi for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, he's been an absolute workhorse.
He's been a warrior. He's had some huge games for him.
Javonte Douglas, left hand finish is nice.
So smooth. Was going to the rim to attack and really go for the dunk. Saw the defender Andrew out of the side of his eye. Just coolly switches to the left hand for the smooth finish.
56 seconds to go. A little too strong.
Jack Andrew not showing the deftest pass touch there. Had multiple defenders around him, but Trey Boyd saying, just get it to me, that's a short too. Well, they like this matchup of Boyd on Douglas. They've been going to it a lot.
Douglas looking for the face-up on Williams. Fall away. Williams got a piece of it, but it falls to Hilliard. Excuse me, Willett. Willett on the tough reverse.
Strong move by Sean Willett underneath the basket, snatching it among defenders.
Williams. Hilliard has it poked away. And Keith Williams has a two-hand smash all by himself.
He created the opportunity and he gets rewarded with the finish. Otago has done well to stay within touch, but the Naki get one last crack at this possession to crack 50.
2 to shoot. Hilliard, long 2, 3, so I should say, and that didn't go in anyway. 49 plays 45, and the Edgar Centre. This game's evenly poised. The big first half from Trey Boyd in the first half really kept the Nuggets in this, but it's been trips to the foul line that's punctuated the end of the second quarter. And we'll be back after the break to crunch some numbers for you. Welcome back to the Edgar Centre. Second of a double header in Dunedin. And it's the Airs up 4 over the Nuggets. The Hoiho got their first win of Toihi season over the Fight. And the Airs, number 3 team on the ladder, come into this game after a loss in Southland on Friday night. The Nuggets 5th on the ladder. They need to keep pace with the league. I don't want to slip out of this 5th spot. With the top 6 heading to Auckland in August. And here are your leading scorers. And Trey Boyd, just tremendous.
Tremendous, really leading from the front. Great support from Keith Williams. A couple of timely shots from Josh Aitchison. It's the import trio leading the way for the Airs in the scoring. Onto the rebounds, where Taranaki has a 22-17 advantage at this point, but it is well spread out amongst everyone. Boyd somehow leading the way, just 3 rebounds, the most on the Nuggets. Both teams facilitating the ball pretty well, each with 8 assists as a squad. Javante Douglas, surprisingly not. He is on top of that one once again, and Trey Boyd leading the way there. He's got his fingers on all the stats, and then on the defensive side of things, we've had some big blocks from the Nuggets. Todd Withers, Keith Williams, a couple of those, and the steals. And we've had some quick hands too, but not a ton of turnovers, as 8 for the Naki, 5 for the Nuggets, and there you see the steals that helped get them to those stats. But the stats aren't only part of the story. It's all about the aggressive team and the team that's working harder, and that has been on a bit of a seesaw here in the first half. But if there's a team that's able to step out of the box come halftime and really get aggressive, control it that way, they will be well advantaged for the rest of the way.
Nice crowd in on a Sunday afternoon at the Edgar Centre. Some of these kids heading back to school tomorrow. Some of those parents on screen will be happy with that. Some of them might still be on holiday come tomorrow. But a good afternoon out at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin, and it will be the home team down 4 to the Taranaki Airs when we come back for the 3rd quarter. Just talking about the good old days with Casey. And some Aaron Olsen, Blake Truslove chat. Talking about old teammates of yours, and you'd like to play with some of these guys on the Nuggets and on the Airs, because we have had a game of basketball. Javonte Douglas for the Airs has been terrific, as per usual. Is your dark horse, your pick for the MVP?
Yeah, I think I haven't had the huge look, the full season scope, but my feeling is that now he's on that short list. You know, Jared West on that short list as well. I think
he would be the favorite.
Those two guys, Rob Lowe is up there in terms of the points, the MVP voting from each game, but
that's correct.
For me, it's going to have to be a team that finishes probably, obviously in the top 6, possibly in that top 4. And the guy right now is Douglas, mostly because he does it all, man. He is such a powerful performer on both sides of the basketball.
We haven't talked about, Casey, we talk about the Nuggets and the Airs because this is the game that's been for us. And of course we had the Airs Sharks, but we haven't talked about, probably a chance here, just the run that the Saints are on. And I don't think anybody wants to face the Saints. That was the chat a week or so ago about this Airs team. But obviously they will get Richie Roger and Ty Wynyard back.
The Saints have been on a heck of a run. They're starting to play full strength basketball. They've won 4 out of 5. Now that they're full strength, they've just got the 3 games left, but it would be just what a turn of events. Say the Nelson Giants end up with that top seed, and the Saints sneak in at 6th and then get a victory there. Then all of a sudden, the Giants have to play the Saints, who are not your normal bottom-seeded team that's going to get into the finals.
You got Xavier Cooks just basically running it against the Jets yesterday. Mike Smith was out, and then you've got the likes of him, and then you've got a bunch of size, bunch of guys who play the 3, mainly 4 spot on that team, but you've added another import. The point guard, Mike Smith, starting to find his groove, and Troy McLean has picked up the reins as coach, and the play of Xavier Cooks has just been tremendous. And if he'd just played a few more games, maybe, and had a few more points in the MVP leaderboard, then maybe he could have been the MVP for South NBL. But as it stands, the 3rd spot team, with they sneak in at 6, is at the moment currently the Taranaki Airs.
Yeah, the MVP and best player are 2 different things. For me, it's been no doubt that Xavier Cooks has been the best player in the league this year. What he has been able to do with the ball in hand and on the weak side has been tremendous. And you look at that way that Saints lineup is put together. Reginald Upshaw Jr. coming in to the lineup has allowed those versatile players that play similar positions to find their spots not in the post. You know, they've been able to now go to the wing and find a lot more freedom, a lot more comfort with Mike Smith running the point. It is going to be a tough run no matter who you're facing in the finals, but when a team like the Saints comes in playing that kind of basketball, just to sneak in the back door, that is a tough ask for some of the teams.
And wouldn't they just love to make the league roll their eyes and win another championship?
Jordan Mills, Nick Mills, do you think that's what they want to do down there?
The Mills would love it. I know they would. It would be a heck of a story.
And this is a team this is a Wellington-built team. You know, outside of the imports, there's a lot of local talent in there that are getting the job done late in the season.
Yeah, the Greater Wellington region providing for that Saints team. And then it's just Trey Boyd providing for the Nuggets to start the 3rd quarter to tie, bring it to 2, I should say.
Willett's got to play tight, but where's the weak side help? Somebody from the weak side has to rotate to take that drive away, because you can't give Boyd the jumper.
Oh, tough finish.
Wow.
Sean Willett.
Strong move, a lot of contact throughout, but he is able to play through it to get to the cup and continue his solid play on the evening.
Here's Williams, turn around, too strong. And then they just watched it, and the Nuggets get it back.
Well,
it was an air ball, and they need to shoot it quickly, and they do, but they don't get the bucket. And here comes Javonte Douglas. Arcel Jones gets the bobble and the 1.
Well, dropping that pocket pass in the perfect position for Jones to catch and finish on that one. But there's some concerning signs defensively for Taranaki. Pretty similar to what happened when they came out of the halftime changing rooms with a 17-point lead against the Sharks, and then just got a little lackadaisical on the defensive side of things. Fortunately for the Airs, they've come out scoring strongly to start the second half, but it's going to be this other end of the court that's important, more important for them, especially with the form Boyd's in.
Well, Boyd misses that. The Nuggets are in the 5th spot. They're 8-7, and if they drop this game, they'll be 8-8, and they'll tie them up with the Hawke's Bay Hawks and also the Wellington Saints. And head-to-head in points differential of your season series with the team tied on competition points is what separates you in the ladder as well. So it's problematic for the Nuggets. If they drop this game and Marcel Jones, that doesn't help the Nuggets' cause at all.
5 quick points from Marcel Jones. And when you're talking countback, it's important to remember if there's more than 2 teams, however many teams are tied, it's the results between all of you. So with 4 teams, that's a lot of points to be counting up and a lot of results to be worried about.
It's like a mini table.
It's exactly a mini table, as the Nuggets unable to find the range, but they are finding themselves in trouble in transition.
Oh, Hilliard. He is blocked by Withers.
Withers, a little bit of contact there, but it doesn't matter because Withers had the timing.
Here he is. And he's blocked by Marcel Jones.
And another
4
fast
on 1.
break.
Here's Carlin. Carlin gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
No, I like the foul by Trey Boyd there, coming in, taking away a short dunk as the transition defense for the Nuggets stayed in the locker room at halftime. Look at him hustle into that. Hilliard could have set some type of screen squeezed over to make that a bit easier, but a good strong foul from Boyd. The problem being he is now in foul trouble as he picks up foul number 3.
He has to take a seat. And don't forget, after this game, it's the Tuatara at the Franklin Bulls, Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. And Franklin, if they win, they go to 8-7. And then they've got a mini table that is going to be really interesting. I hope it's Hugh Bainer that has to work all this out, the league general manager.
And I hope that the league doesn't cover his abacus. I want him to have to buy his own.
Our former colleague at Sky and calls games as well, as Keith Williams hangs and kisses it off the glass.
A lot of pressure on Keith Williams right now with Trey Boyd to the bench. The offense has to flow through him. He's got 17, so he's capable of it, but the defense is going to shift to pay more attention to him.
Oh, Willett gets it back, gets it up and in, and now there are a few problems for Brent Matahari. They're down 11.
That is a quick reaction on the rebound for Willett. It came down in a hurry, still finding his hands for the finish. He was putting together another solid game. Sean Willett with 11 now.
Knox with the ball. 7 to shoot. Here's Williams, 4 now. Step back, long 2. Oh, that's nice. Riddles that in, that's a welcome bucket as Boyd sits. It's just a 2, so it'll be 60-51.
Happily carrying that load is Keith Williams.
And then the reverse, not falling for Willett.
Nice contest by Todd Withers. A couple of cutters would have been beneficial there for Sean Willett, who was forced to do it alone because of that defensive attention.
As Boyd sits, Nuggets need to find production out of somebody. It's 4 to shoot, and Jack Andrew down low. And Jack Andrew ran down the floor, and it's going to be Aitchison with the steal.
That was just a poor fast break. That was a 3-on-2 that turned into a 3-on-3. Multiple options. Hilliard just couldn't get the ball in hand, missing a Jones wide open and then ending with a turnover.
Not a standing round. Aitchison driving. He's fouled. Hacked by Douglas.
There must be a succubus somewhere in the gym because the energy is gone in this third quarter. The Airs on their second game of the weekend, playing the Southern double. But you look at the lack of rotations, the lack of energy getting back in transition for both teams. It is a big question who's going to be able to come out on the backside of this with a victory, as neither team is cooking with gas.
Aitchison misses the first. This is the second. And then we've got Robbie Coleman with a push-off. So an empty trip to the foul line results in a foul for the Nuggets.
Yeah, it has gotten decidedly sloppy. Even the ref can't connect passes to Sean Willett there. And nobody's even defending him. Come on, Hamish.
Willett's fouled by Aitchison.
Pardon me, that was Hayden Pipe, not Hamish Dale with the pass there.
It's just getting a little bit scrappy, isn't it?
Yeah, both teams need to look for a little flow offensively. Right now, neither team able to find any kind of consistency. You know what is consistent? Brett Matahare's style.
Yeah. It's always crisp.
Look at the Paisley. Doing it.
It's got the white kicks on as well. Most likely New Balance. Keeping with the league sponsor. Don't zoom in on it, because if I'm wrong, he gets in trouble, baby.
He knows where his bread is buttered. He'll be okay. Either way.
Javonte Douglas going at Boyd, and all Boyd can do is just sort of lean away, and that's a tough bucket from Javonte Douglas in the Leeds 11.
Yeah, Boyd checks back into the game and instantly gets attacked. He's got not a lot of defensive fortitude there because of the 3 fouls.
Williams looking to back down Hilliard. Marcel Jones just stood there, creating a bit of a defensive presence, and it will go to the ears.
I actually thought Coleman hit it first and Willett hit it second, but must have knocked it off Coleman's hand there.
Colin Davison gives it up wisely to Javonte Douglas, and here's Hilliard. Teams have really shut down Hilliard's space on the 3-point line over the last few rounds, that is for sure. As Hilliard gets the roll, puts his hands in the air and wants the call.
Well, once he had that switch on Coleman, he knew he had the advantage. Speaking of, right back at you are the Nuggets.
Colin Davison knocks Boyd down and he helps him up.
Looks a little different when the ball's in the hands of Trey Boyd. A little bit quicker in transition.
Here's Willett driving, puts it up and in.
Well, Sean Willett finally decides that discretion is the better part of valor, as he doesn't get the dunk, but he does get the 2.
Boyd spinning off the glass and in. Tough shot.
Trey Boyd, 25 now. Oh, make it 27. Filling it up.
Down 11, Marcel Jones off the glass and in. Sneaky with the angle, nice touch.
Yes, Marcel Jones putting together one of his finer offensive performances this year.
Oh, Keith Williams going the other way.
Where is the transition defense for the Airs? That is the question Trent Adams has is the same moment. And he is calling a timeout to say, hey guys, we got 4 back and they're going one-on-one straight to the cup. Can we do something to impede their progress?
I was enjoying that, going back and forth, but the coaches certainly didn't.
Back and forth is the key. It was non-stop counterattacks.
Yeah, the Nuggets with just spurts of offense. Shooting around 50%, 40% rather. The Airs shooting 57% on the road, 26 of 45. Just 9 3-point attempts, Casey.
Yeah, and that, I think that's the right thing for them. Against the Sharks, they got a little shot happy from deep, and they weren't connecting. They only finished that game 7 for 27 from beyond the 3-point line. So they've changed their strategy a bit. They're attacking the rim, and they're being rewarded because of it. The efficiencies have gone way up. They've gotten to the line with more consistency, and they're creating an easier shot for them.
They've got 44 points in the paint as a result of shelving the 3-ball. You've also got 13 second chance points and 11 points from turnovers as well. So just the hustle game helping out.
As well as 18 points in the fast break, still finding some form in transition. But Trey Boyd knocks that one back with a quick hand.
Telfer gets it back after it was knocked away from Douglas.
You got to find Douglas in the post here. He's got this mismatch on Aitchison.
Javonte looking to cook. Great hands from Aitchison.
I think he might have gotten away with a little bit of contact as he went in. But the effort is rewarded. Just 5 seconds left on the shot clock now. Look possibly for Hilliard as Davison and Williams are getting a little bit of a pushing match there. I'm surprised the officials are letting that go.
Aaron Bailey Knowles
Got to get a shot up. Does Davison notice?
Certainly does. And that's an air ball, a turnover. Nuggets ball.
Good defensive possession coming out of the timeout. Yeah, intensity really lifted for the Nuggets for the first time this half defensively. It forces the shot clock violation. Can they capitalize on the other end? Withers cannot.
Pretty quick shot. It was a static looking defense though.
He's trying to get hot. He is 0 for 5. All of his shots, 4 of his 5 shots from deep.
Hilliard. He is focusing on the drive, and it comes off a Nuggets hand.
Hilliard just looking for some kind of whistle on these drives. The contact is there. Both teams are finding a lot of it on the penetration attempts.
Here's Hilliard. He'll have to shoot the 3 here, and he knocks it down.
Finally gets enough space for it. A solid screen on Withers, who's complaining about the contact of it. But that's what gave him that space to hit the shot.
Boyd. Jack Andrew gives it back to him. Looking at driving and finds Jack Andrew. Tough finish from the big man.
Trey Boyd has put a couple of steaks on a platter for Jack Andrew. He takes advantage of another one there.
Hilliard's feeling it, back-to-back triples. Has words for the Nuggets bench.
Well, I don't know if anybody sparks a fire up quicker than Anthony Hilliard. Once that switches to on, it is a full flow.
Nice cut and pass. Withers can't finish. It's tougher with the rebound. Here comes Davison.
Withers still hasn't found the success from the field.
Telfer for 3. Douglas with another board. Hilliard looking to cook another 3, I should say. And now it's going to be Williams. Anti-help was the call. That left Jack Andrew alone for a 3. And another rebound for the Airs. Another empty possession for the Nuggets.
Brent Matahade lets his team have a lot of freedom offensively, but Jack Andrew might have wanted to put that quiver back into the bow there.
Oh, Javonte Douglas. Jack Andrew went high over the top. Douglas just went straight to the rim and puts it down.
And now the Airs are fully in control of the game. A despondent Otago Nuggets squad heads back to the bench. They look low on energy.
They look like they've been run off the floor here in this third quarter.
And that is what it is. It is being run off the floor. Taranaki has put their foot down on the accelerator and are just pushing the pace. As fatigue seems to be setting in for this Nugget squad. Trey Boyd still leading the way with 27. Keith Williams with 21. Those two players combining for 18 for 36 from the field.
An Airs win here puts them in second spot on the ladder, with the Tuatara currently in the second spot to play next against the Franklin Bulls. And if the Nuggets, about 11 minutes to play in this game, still plenty of basketball to come. Just looking at the permutations of this ladder as we head into rounds 14 and 15 over the coming weeks. Still a lot of basketball to play, but In saying that, teams have games running out. They need more games if they want to get in that final 6 and get in a better position as the Nuggets get us back underway.
And the Nuggets, one of the teams with the most games to play, including this one, 4 total. It's giving them a chance to really move up the ladder, but they got to find a way to get some dubs.
And the Franklin Bulls have only played 14 games in an 18-game season. They have a game, obviously, next. I mean, theoretically, they could finish on 11 as Willett had it knocked away.
He is not having a lot of luck when he's going in for the dunk.
And then that's just a strong finish from Sean Willett.
So strong. I mean, the size of a 2-guard and height can be a de facto power forward with his strength.
Boyd.
Oh, Willett's got another chance here.
Bobbles it. Gets it up and in. Is it a foul? It is.
Yeah, it was just awkward by Withers with body contact. Willett is able to corral that basketball, and he is looking a bit blowed himself.
Two games in 2 days.
Blown up. Not just blown up, though.
No. 21 is the lead.
They are. This is the Taranaki Air Squad I expected to see against the Southland Sharks a couple of, 2 nights ago, 48 hours ago. They missed that one, down to 9 players in that game. But they are not letting this one slip by.
Well, the Sharks did a great job of his own defense against the Airs, and the Airs felt like that they were a hot shooting 3-point team, and it just wasn't falling at IRT Stadium for them. So they didn't have a lot of different answers. As the quarter is about to be closed out off this Nuggets miss, it will be the Airs. Here is Willett. Marcel Jones knocks down a 3 to rub salt into the wound, and the lead is 25. 10 minutes of basketball to come, and Marcel Jones is loving the fact he hit a 3. We'll take a break. The 4th quarter is around the corner, and the Airs are storming home. Such a strong finish to the end of that 3rd quarter. A 35-point 3rd quarter from the Taranaki Airs, and they lead by 25 over the Nuggets.
Explosive offensively. One-way traffic as that one came to a close. The Nuggets just unable to find any answers to slow down the transition attack of Taranaki.
And it will be Willett giving it to Telfer. Hilliard, double team on him. Willett in the paint. Poked away by Withers. Todd Withers, 0 points in the game.
Yeah, and that is always going to kill the Nuggets. You know, he is their bellwether. If he's playing well, the Nuggets play well. When he can't find the room offensively to get his shot going, it's a different story.
Javonte Douglas. No dice. Aitchison. His
Blocked for
finger roll
Jones.
blocked, and here we go. Willett wants it up, and Javonte couldn't time it with him.
That is just a really bad fast break.
It was quite farcical. He pointed up as the ball was leaving Javonte Douglas's hands.
The timing was not there. Looking for the showtime. Instead, we got a whose time?
Williams to Boyd. Boyd had a strong first half and hasn't had it going in the second half. Foul trouble kept him on the bench.
Nine minutes left. The game's probably out of reach for the Nuggets the way they've been playing offensively. But can they find a little rhythm? They've got more games to come. They've got a lot of work to do, and the finals are still well within their bullseye.
Aitchison to Withers, excuse me, and there it is. There's the first bucket, a contested three of a nice pass from Aitchison.
He loves the three-point stroke and does not mind a little bit of a defensive presence. That does not make that shot any less impressive, however.
Willett. Lost it. Nuggets ball.
It just seems like all the errors for the Taranaki Airs are self-inflicted. It's not from normally the efforts of the Nuggets that are causing them.
Here's Williams. Pull up from 15 is good.
Back to 20, one step at a time. You see a lead like this, you sort of give yourself milestones that you got to get to. Well, we're down 20 now. Can we get it down to 10 with 4 minutes to go? Can we find a way to get to that spot?
Nice defense, but Javonte with the crossover. Better defense on that.
A lot of contact inside, no whistle goes either way. Nuggets looking to keep this train rolling.
Williams. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Taranaki is getting extremely frustrated from the officiating.
In particular, Anthony Hilliard.
Both teams, I think, between the players themselves, seeing the funny side in it. But that's an easy call on Hilliard. He's reaching his hand down as Williams is going up for the shot. There's not body contact, but he brings that left arm down on top of the arm. And even if there wasn't a ton of contact, it looks awkward. It looks like a foul, hence why it's going to get called.
Taranaki with his 20-point lead. They're up 25 at the end of three-quarter time. Taranaki made this one. They'll move to 10 and 6 if they get it. We'll hope that the Franklin Bulls beat the Tuatara next. We're on 9 wins. With just 2 games remaining.
The Tuatara just 1 win away from sealing their postseason. Had that fantastic 7-1 start, but things have become more difficult since they lost Chris Johnson to the basketball tournament.
The TBT going on at the moment on ESPN. Fingers crossed that he'll return. Maybe a chance Dan Fotu will return as well. Maybe Kirk Penny might lace him up.
I feel like that probably isn't going to happen in the last 2. But he did a really good job of piquing everyone's interest.
Certainly piqued my interest.
I think that one, probably the Tuatara. They had to register him. They thought it was a possibility. Still, you never know.
You never know. He might just have that itch, that 41-year-old itch, that Kirk Penny.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
I mean, he's a big guy. He's 6'5". He's a solid player.
He's 6'5".
And you know he looks after himself.
He's over 100 kilo.
Yeah.
You know, that was always the thing about people thinking he was a little scorer. Big on the wing.
Hilliard with the strong drive.
Wow, looked like a layup and then gets up and just over the rim. Might have been able to dunk it had he been so inclined. Instead, stretching the lead back out to 20.
Boyd. Willett with the rebound. Look up, he's got options. Hilliard is one of them. Telford gives it to Javonte Douglas. Hilliard. If it wasn't so far to his right, he might have shot a three. Instead, he fires it out of bounds between the legs of Marcel Jones.
But we've seen an uptick in their energy here. They're playing a little bit more unselfishly, making the extra pass, forcing defenders to work, and we're seeing some more speed from them in the half court. You don't love turnovers, but you don't mind them when they're that kind of unselfish, aggressive turnover.
Boyd to Aitchison. Good defense from Carlin Davison, who just looked like he's everywhere on that play. Here's Hilliard. Carlin Davison spinning. Can't get the roll.
And makes a nice move. Does everything he needed to get to the precipice, but unable to get it down.
It's Knox. Willett. 1 on 3, so Willett, will he hold it up? And it's Todd Withers called for the foul.
Todd Withers feeling there's not a lot in that one for him.
It's been a frustrating afternoon for Todd Withers. Now it's Marcel Jones. Fires across court to Hilliard. Knocks down another three.
Finding the range from deep. Making it look so easy.
25 for Hilliard. Knox to Withers. And amongst a bunch of defenders. He gets that to go down.
Making it look easy inside there. Penetration straight down the line. Opening up that passing lane.
Carlin Davison had his feet set. A little strong, but Marcel Jones tracks down that offensive rebound. Oh, Marcel Jones!
And talking to the crowd on his way back. Maybe not the best sportsmanship, but I find it entertaining.
The big three at the end, near the end of the third.
Trey Boyd continuing his torrid night, 29 points now.
Hilliard. Real heat check there for Anthony Hilliard.
25 points, why not? 4 for 10, well before that one, 4 for 11 from deep now. 4 rebounds.
It's 18 for Willett, 19 for Jones, 23 for Javonte Douglas, 25 for Anthony Hilliard, 28 to make it.
And then 5
make
points.
it 19 for Marcel. My live stats haven't refreshed.
5 points for Davison, and just 2 points off the bench, Scott Telfer. So an impressive performance from this starting 5. Getting the work done. As Marcel Jones will head to the bench with his 19 points. As Aaron Bailey-Noel will check in. 27 for Keith Williams, 29 for Trey Boyd on the Nuggets. No rebounders in double figures except for Sean Willett, our only double-double. 4 assists for Sean Willett as well. And with this 22-point lead, I'm looking for more stats to talk about during this timeout with 5 minutes to go, because it does look like the result is a foregone conclusion.
A 22-point lead, 4:55 to go in the Sal's NBL double header, a triple header of basketball with Toihi, Basketbol Aotearoa having a game before this one on this very floor. The Hoiho beating the Five for their first one of the season. The Tuatara and Bulls in the Stockyard, the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre come after this game.
The Nuggets have waved the white flag. They've got their bench mob in there looking for a little bit more energy.
Certainly have. They are out there. And
the pass by Douglas.
And Carlin Davidson with another highlight reel.
Douglas with the no-look over the head. Pass with accuracy. Giving Davidson the highlights. Not just in his hair.
And Maxwell Pearson, Dallas Hartman getting their first minutes of the game. It's Hartman missing that. And Bailey Knoll to Scott Telfer.
Oh, wide open. Anthony Hilliard probably needs a little bit more pressure. Well delivered by Telfer. As the Nuggets are going to try and find a little bit of offensive execution with some of the bench mob out there.
It looks like it's the Airs against the Otago boys high school team.
And the Airs will now dig into their bench a little bit more deeply, but they only brought 10, so they can't go that deep on the bench.
Yeah.
You see, I'm assuming Douglas will be left in this one.
You get a bit of Auntie and a little bit of Hayes Walker. And Benji Freeman is out there now.
My favorite on the Air squad, Benji Freeman. I'd like to see him get involved offensively a little bit.
Got a bit of burn against the Southland Sharks as they get a turnover to the Airs. There's Freeman, who just bowls over Joseph Ahi. He's called for the block.
I think that was a one-eyed comment.
A steamroll?
Well, he went to the side. He was nimble of foot.
No, that's why it was a block, not a charge.
Yeah, it's true.
You watch.
Yeah, well, he comes to the left here.
Bang. Come on, man. He didn't get that far to his left.
You've turned soft, bro.
No, man, I'm not saying it was dirty play. I'm just saying he bowled him over. Didn't hit him at face on, you're right. Get it, Benji. Long three is missed. It's Carlin Davison.
Still pushing the pace. Working on the handle.
Freeman. Benji is three-man.
Touch them all, Benji. Finding the range. First bucket of the game for him. And as the lead stretches to 27. And the Taranaki Airs, what a bounce back from a disappointing performance against the Sharks. They might have had this one circled.
And that is a big three. Especially in the context, I haven't looked at the games they previously played. But there is probably a chance that they might finish up on the same win-loss record.
I believe, let's see where the Airs.
No.
Earlier this season, the Nuggets lost to the Airs 96-83.
Oh, okay, well that's done and dusted. So they'll lose that tiebreaker, will the Airs, perhaps? I mean, excuse me, the Nuggets.
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Once you got those two losses, they're out on that one. Here we see this play again. The drive, the kick, the triple.
It's as fun as we try to work things out on air.
Yeah, it's
While
good.
we're trying to call a game of basketball and look at permutations.
Well, I mean, the game of basketball is mostly finished at this point.
That is correct. It was finished about 4 minutes ago.
Probably finished at the start of the fourth quarter.
That's cold, man.
That is.
You haven't changed. 5 to shoot. Floater. Hayes Walker misses that.
Hayes Walker hitting the deck, hoping for a whistle. It will not come your way.
referees have got a plan to catch, maybe?
They do, most definitely, and they will catch it.
Nice job of trying to save it. Trent Adam has the ball. Under a minute now. And a big win for the Taranaki Airs, who will move to 10-6. And they have been really, really good. This is their 5th win on the road as well. They were disappointing on Friday night against the Sharks, who were impressive.
And that's what's impressive about this for them. They're still shorthanded. They're more fatigued than they were a couple of nights ago. And they had what would have been a bitterly disappointing loss that effectively, not completely, but effectively takes away their chance to win that top seed. You know, the Giants are in pole position for that now, with a 2-game lead over the Taranaki Airs. It'll be 1-game lead after in the win column after tonight's win for them, as the Airs will move to 10 wins. Hot on the heels of the Giants, who have just played the most consistent basketball of any team in the competition this season. They've had the most consistent lineup as well. You know, they're one of the few teams that haven't been losing guys to international play and haven't been stricken by a bout of COVID. I'll knock on some wood for Mike Fitchett and the Giants boys.
Oh, don't do that to Mike.
If he's listening right now, he's cursing me under his breath at the moment.
Well, there's the Bulls to come for the Airs, and then the Giants. That last game for the Airs on their schedule, and that is a huge game in the context of things, really.
And they could both be still fighting for that #1 seed at that point. The Airs have beaten the Giants already once this year, so if they end up tied, it goes the way of the Taranaki.
(97-73). Can they crack a hundy here? If anyone can, it's going to be Freeman. It's Freeman in the corner if you want him, Hayes Walker. Oh, no, excuse me, that's not Hayes Walker. Well, that's my man Caleb Smiler. Got a little bit of a burn against the Sharks. Apologies to the Smilers.
Does well off the handoff, getting in. Look at the big step, Euro styles, trying to get to the other side of the rim. Doesn't get it, but gets one from the Razine.
So a good bounce back win for the Taranaki Airs after a disappointing loss in Southland, who were really, really good. Southland, it has to be said.
Oh, they're playing the best basketball of the year the last few weeks.
Which is unfortunate because the season is pretty much done and dusted.
But better to find that fire and that emotion late in the season than not at all. A lot of pride down in Southland. A disappointing year, a lot of issues there, but the way they've been able to turn it around and get some of that fire back and play the type of basketball they want will set them on good footing going into next season again. He's a big fella, Maxwell Pierce. Misses the first and the second, unfortunately for him. The colors of the Razine, too distracting on those attempts.
Here comes the chance for a hundy for the Airs. Smiler harassed, tipped away. And it will be the Nuggets ball. Maybe a hundy is not on the cards for the Airs. Very tough second half of basketball for the Nuggets. Gave up 35 in the third quarter. And this game is done and dusted. Big 25-point win for Trent Adam and Brett Matahari as they meet at half court. Smiles from the bench of the Airs. Hilliard and Douglas and Willett and co get it done for the Taranaki Airs. And it has been a good road trip down south. Split 1-1 when they head to the South Island. Well, the Sharks, and then you can see the top scorers there.
Yeah, and the energy just changed in the second half. Out of the gates, the Otago Nuggets were in this game, and then suddenly the Airs just found another level in transition. You see the leading scorers, 29 and 27 for Boyd and Williams, Hilliard, Douglas, Jones, Willen, all in double figures. The rebounds were close on an individual level, but
Boyd had 25 first half points of his 29.
Yeah, it slowed down, and you got that fourth foul, or that third foul, and after that he sat to the bench. See the individual stats pretty close, but team-wise, 33 rebounds for the Nuggets, 49 for the Airs. The assists, both teams playing unselfishly, especially when they were looking at those zones. Davison and Boyd, the leaders in those categories. Willett as well with Davison for the Airs. The block party, Todd Withers, the long arm of the law, always instrumental around the rim. Javante Douglas getting a couple of his own.
And steals. A few hands in the cookie jar there. Ripping it away. The Taranaki Airs will move to second spot. How long that will be, well, we'll find out in around 2 hours' time, as the Tuatara, who are now in the third spot, will be in Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre playing the Franklin Bulls. The Nuggets on Wednesday night have a Southern derby against the Southland Sharks. Huge game, and given how the Sharks played on Friday night, the Nuggets are in trouble. And the Bulls and the Airs on Friday night. That is a big game for both teams.
That is a huge game for the Bulls if they can pull off a victory tonight and another victory on Friday. They might be on the outside chance of getting a top 2 seed themselves.
Huge rounds of basketball still to come in the NZNBL. Nice game for the Airs. Bounce back win after losing to Southland on Friday night. Stick around for the Bulls and the Tuatara. That is next in the NZNBL. But from us, it's good evening.